Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about the newly revealed BingoToys BT-10 Tarny Tarn. And this is their take on Tarn. And I'm going to have to say, did this figure like wow me? A little bit. It was revealed at this last weekend's, I think it was TFCon is what it was. It was either TFCon or BotCon. I think it was TFCon. Anyways, if you guys are new to the channel and this is your first time here, I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. I do these videos on occasion, usually weekly, monthly, sometimes a couple times, depends on what's out there to talk about. And especially if it's something that I have pre-ordered and I'm going to get, and you can bet your ass that I already pre-ordered this. That's right, pre-ordered it. You might be going, but Majin, why would you pre-order this? It's a ginger bend Tarn. Well, I'm going to tell you why I got it. One, I already have a Fembot shelf, and this is gonna, I've bought pretty much all of BingoToys Fembots except for like 2 of them, and you know, Big Firebird was doing them and then they seem to just disappear. Maybe BingoToys is Big Firebird. I'm not really sure what the deal is there, but anyways, I thought, hey, this is gonna be perfect for the shelf. And I think when it comes to how they've been doing like their like overly sexualized Transformers, because let's just be honest what this is. This is an overly sexualized Transformer. You know, it's got the body shape, it's got the chest, it's got the butt, it's got everything. And of course this is, I think, is a render file or like a CAD file. But I mean considering what this is, I think this looks really good. Like, of course, okay, you're gonna have a butt shot, of course. But look at that tank mode. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and then it comes like these little 2 guys, which I think are probably part of the transformation. Now granted, when you look at this, you can see right there the legs, and it's gonna be just like most of these. Like even RC does this. RC, basically her legs fold up, and her backpack is a shell. That's basically what she is. But the way they designed her, and like the different, looks like she's gonna have like different head sculpts or like little face mask pieces. I think that's really cool, and I love the fact that for the most part, like the only thing that's kind of like, that's like, these are the knees. So obviously the knees and the feet are gonna tuck up underneath this. Other than that, and then like there's the legs and everything kind of hidden. But I like the idea that for the most part, it's pretty well hidden. Like you don't really see a lot of the robot. Now I think there's the boobs right there. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, that looks like, let me see. Yep. So yeah, she basically, yeah, she kind of lays down. Her legs are going to fold over. Her arms are going to tuck. One arm is going to go over. I'm assuming either that gun, I'm guessing the gun is going to be, yeah, it comes off. And I'm not really sure what these 2 little robots are going to be doing. But I mean, for being a first reveal, like this is good. And I know there's a community out there of Transformer fans that are just like, hey, we don't like this. And you're completely and utterly okay to have your opinion and how you feel about it. But there's clearly a market out there. And you're going to call them gooners, you call them whatever. But I think they're cool figures. I don't really transform them. I mean, most of them have been like spiders or like airplanes and stuff like that. I'll definitely be doing like a video on this whenever it comes out. We're probably looking at 2027 here, maybe even 2028. And I honestly feel like, I think that like, especially with their Technobots coming out and like, oh, well, shouldn't they focus on that? Honestly, they revealed quite a bit, BingoToys, and I'm actually quite surprised by that. And I think this is a really good sign that BingoToys is going to slowly become a competitor, and I'm going to support that because there are people out there on the internet, on message boards, on podcasts, on forums, on whatever, reveal videos like this, that are going to say this is garbage, this is trash, don't like it, you know, don't support this. Or there's going to be people out there that say they do support BingoToys and they want BingoToys to become a thing. But then they'll say, but this isn't for me, so I'm not going to buy it. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, there's only one thing companies like this ever look at, and it is money. If they make a figure and nobody buys it, or they don't get enough pre-orders in, and they only make like say 20 of them, 25 of them, and then they go on clearance and nobody buys them, they're not going to make it anymore. And as a result of that, if too many of their figures don't make any money, or if they just don't make money in general, they go away. It's not profitable. So, because at the end of the day, yes, some of these companies, basically factory owners, who like, hey, I have a factory, I can do what I want in my factory, and they hire designers, they hire engineers, or they have some themselves in-house, and they design these toys, and they make them. So I would want to say like a lot of these companies, especially like maybe X-Transbots for sure, I don't think X-Transbots actually loses any money on any of the figures that they do. And I would argue slightly a little bit with Fans Toys as well. And probably maybe Magic Square to an extent. And probably New Age. I would say that those three companies probably have access to a factory. Now, Magic Square is a little different because there was some rumors last year that they had some issues that they owed money to factories and they were using multiple different factories and they might be in trouble. And it was like, of course, that happens right near the end there when Blast Off was going to come out to finish off their Bruticus. But thankfully that happened. They're now releasing DX9 toys. They've released some new stuff, and then they also got unique toys as well. They're all like partnership as one company or whatever the case is. I don't really know what the deal is with that. But Bingo Toys, I don't know if they own their own factory or if they have access to somebody who owns a factory because they have not been releasing figures. I think their track record up until like this year has been one figure a year. That's been their track record since they first showed up with that Shockwave. So I'm going to just put this out there that I think they either have the funding now where they can actually start producing things, because they not only did they really release this, like announce this, but they also showed off the Computron like completed, of course it's a CAD image, as well as two other ones, which are now also available for pre-order, which we'll talk about at a later date. But I think for the most part, that this is going to be a really good... I think this is good for Bingo Toys. I think this is good for collectors. And the thing is like right now, Bingo Toys is kind of on that outskirts of doing their own thing, and that's perfectly fine. The stylization of not just G1, but Beast Wars, Armada, RID, all the different iterations of Transformers we've had over the years. If we got stylized versions of those characters, I would be more than happy to buy them. Because for the most part, while I think having a full-on G1 collection is really cool, I honestly feel like it's boring. It's boring. And while there are some, I have bought some figures because, you know, that's the representation that I want. And just some, I just buy every single version of it that exists, like Devastator and Optimus Prime. But I think with this is going to be really cool, and I do have a spot for it on my shelf. She's going to be perfect on the shelf, and I'm looking forward to getting it. And we'll probably do a follow-up video on this later on in the year, maybe sometime next year, whenever they release, like maybe like some actual 3D renders, or even we get some actual test shots. It'll be really interested to show those off to you guys. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, for updates, stuff like that. There's also my word if you want to check out this video early, as well as other videos like it. Head over to MajinPlanet.com, where you can sign up for a free account and you can gain access to this and whole kinds of other content that I have planned out. I'm usually weeks in advance with content coming out, and sometimes they come out within a couple of days before they actually go on YouTube, and some content is just available on the website. So I urge you, if you're interested in learning more about Transformers, head over to I post daily on there, so I hope to see you there. So finally, I'm gonna say that this is gonna be a cool figure. I'm definitely digging this figure. I think it's gonna be, and you can see the two other reveals that they had. I think this is gonna be a really cool figure. I think it's gonna be about $135, maybe 115. With inflation and everything, I would say no more than 120, because I think their previous offerings were about the same. Let's check real quick. Let's see, what else have they done? Yeah, so yeah, they did the Spider Arachnic, which is their take on Black Arachnia from Beast Wars, $94. So I mean, that's just the, so yeah, 100 bucks. Their wind blade was 80 to 90 bucks. And then there's just this one, which the dragon girl, I would have loved if they'd done that. And there's also this Ironhide, which has been sitting there for a while. And then, of course, we've got this reveal too. If you guys want to see a video on that, leave me a like and a comment down below, and I'll do a video on this one as well. But yeah, the other ones were all by Big Firebird. So, and then there's another one. I don't remember what the company's name is now. They were kind of like a one and done thing. They did a Ginger Bin version of Starscream, and it actually wasn't a bad figure. Again, I might do a video on that girl. If you guys want to see a video on that, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be more than happy to do a video showing you guys. That one is kind of a weird off-ball one because right now she's in her jet mode, and she's just kind of floating around my house. I don't really have her in a place because she doesn't really fit on the shelf aesthetically, really, with my other fembots that I want it. But she will. And she looks like she'll be small enough where she'll fit, you know, but maybe not. I'll have to adjust, and we'll see where we're at in a year too. A lot of things change in a year. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you guys want to check out more, check out this one right up here in the corner. And as always, guys, until next time.